All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, transitioning together class of 2021, seniors, mentors, families, and any other friends or supporters that may be in attendance tonight. We're thrilled that you're here to celebrate with us this evening, and we really didn't want to miss the opportunity to celebrate you and all that you've accomplished over the last 18 months. Students, it's great to see you and many of you in your college t-shirts. You're looking good. And we hope you all ordered something delicious for dinner with your Uber Eats voucher. Even though we can't be physically together tonight, we hope that throughout the program, you're able to feel the love and pride that we have for every one of you. I'm sure we can all agree that when we kicked off this program on a cold winter night in January of 2020, we never could have predicted that our time together would have been done primarily through a screen. But you did it. You were dedicated and gritty. You showed up to our evening Zooms after Zooming all day. You picked up your phones and called and texted your mentors when you were tired and burned out. You stayed up late staring at a screen, editing your college essays, checking admissions portals, and organizing financial aid documents. Your resiliency was palpable, and I cannot even express to you, even as a grown-up in my 30s, how much I learned from all of you. The T2 class of 2021 will be remembered fondly as a group with an immense amount of strength and courage. At the same time, I'd like to give a similar shout out to our T2 class of 2021 mentors. You all were incredibly resilient, you went with the flow, and you found creative ways to stay in touch with a high schooler during a global pandemic. You are rock stars, and we appreciate you so much. We hope that you'll enjoy tonight's celebration, and we have a lot planned. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We'll start with a couple of opening messages. First, I'll invite NNHS principal and two-time T2 mentor, Dr. Henry Turner, to speak with you all. And then you'll hear from our amazing and fearless T2 director, Melissa Hannenberger. Dr. Turner, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Congratulations, almost graduates. We are so proud of you in your pursuit of your goal. It's extra special to think that you were able to achieve this through all of the challenges that we've experienced over the last year and a half. I don't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, Ms. Hannenberger and I were texting about how incredible the colleges that our students got accepted to. This was an impressive class overall, and looking at the schools that you all got into through T-Squared is just absolutely amazing. It is a real honor to be your principal, to know that you just demonstrate that kind of determination, thought, creativity, to make to work through this pandemic and to get into these amazing schools. One thing that I've been thinking about this past few weeks, particularly as I'm thinking about what I'm going to say at your graduation, is that one lesson of this pandemic is how connected we are and the importance of community. And so with that, I want to just thank our mentors for being a part of this. This is the one thing that I ask our senior parents every year, is that if they want to give back to Newton North, this is the program to give back to. And knowing that we have people who are North parents, former North parents, and former South parents, and people whose kids did not go to Newton Public Schools, we're just grateful for you to demonstrate that power of community and your commitment to support these students who you did not know a little over a year ago. I want to congratulate our parents who are here. In my words I guess my message to our T2 graduates is that to look at the mentorship that your mentors have provided you, that your teachers, your counselors have supported you, and your parents, and that as you thrive in college, is to think about ways that you're going to give back, that you're going to mentor someone else, that you're going to be a leader in paving the way for others as they follow your blazing path. So with that, congratulations. I'm really proud of you and look forward to celebrating with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Turner, and thank you for all of you for being here tonight virtually, mentors, mentees, and family members. It is hard to believe this college application journey with us over the past 18 months has come to a close. You have worked resiliently to prepare for your life after Newton North during an extremely challenging year. Overall, the 33 of you submitted 249 college applications, and you were accepted over 50% of the time. Together, you received $1.2 million in merit aid. You all have a plan to attend college next year, and we are so proud of every single one of you. I want to extend a special thank you to our amazing T-Squared mentors who have given of themselves like no other volunteer position in the year turned upside down. Your individual support and countless hours of dedication and devotion have helped guide your mentee through this extremely challenging process in a normal year. Your individual support was needed and valued more than ever, as students were socially isolated in their homes for most of the last 14 months. Now you have put your mentee on an upward trajectory for life. I also want to thank our T-Squared team for everything that they did to get to this point with the class of 2021. Jillian Hall, our amazing programming coordinator, who created a fantastic lineup of speakers and topics for every one of our monthly meetings. She seamlessly adjusted virtual webinars and meetings, and we greatly appreciate everything she has done. Our fantastic Jen Garrity, mentee coordinator extraordinaire, for all of her dedication and communication with our mentees and families. Her emails, her remind texts, phone calls, and dedication to this program were amazing. She will now work with you in a different capacity, as she also serves as the T-Squared alumni coordinator, who will work with you over the next 4 years during college, and you'll hear more about this tonight. Thank you, Ms. Garrity. I now want to give our T-Squared graduates 4 pieces of advice. Please know that we all recognize that you have experienced a loss. Your junior spring and most of your senior year were turned upside down. It is your courageous response to this adversity that builds your character. You will take this experience and bring it with you to your college, and you will work even harder for the college education that you deserve, a college education that will be the first in your family. Number 2, please know that Newton North has prepared you well. Our students come back to us year after year and tell us that they have handled their college classes and new independence just fine, oftentimes even better than their classmates. North's academic program has made you the student that you are today, ready to take on challenges presented to you. You are your own advocate, so advocate for yourself and never stop. Number 3, please know that you belong at your college, just like everyone else there. You were given this amazing opportunity. We want you to take advantage of it. Every day, tell yourself that you deserve to be there and make the most of it. Your education is something that no one can ever take away from you. It is yours to keep forever, so please make the most of it. And lastly, never forget where you came from, your family, your upbringing, your culture, your traditions. They've all made you who you are today, and your family will always have your back. In addition, the T-Squared team is here for you, and we will always be here for you. And if we can't help you, we will find someone who can. So now it is your time to fly. Congratulations and best of luck to all of you, the T-Squared class of 2021. I'll now turn it back to Ms. Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Hannenberger. Now I would like to introduce our first ever closing ceremony keynote speaker, Patricia Mumba, NNHS and T2 alum from the class of 2014. After graduating from Newton North, Patricia graduated from Cornell University, where she majored in architecture and minored in education. Patricia is passionate about equitable education across the world. She currently runs an organization called Engage, Inspire, Empower, which supports immigrants and helps them acclimate to the American education system and workforce. Patricia advises schools and organizations to rethink their educational spaces, as well as their teaching policies and practice methodologies to accommodate differences in experience, heritage, and learning. We are so thankful that Patricia has stayed connected to the T2 program, and we're so grateful that she's willing to speak with you all tonight. We think you'll find her motivational and inspiring. Without further ado, Patricia.
Hi, thank you so much. That is one introduction. I don't know if I will, live up to that introduction, but I'm so grateful that you invited me to speak at this amazing event. And congratulations to class of 2021, in case I forget to say that. So class of 21, you are a special group, and I would like to take this moment to say congratulations to the T-Square class of 2021. Many first-generation students hope to find someone to support them through the college process and keep hoping. To be supported by this amazing organization is one of the greatest opportunities that has been granted to you. I want to take a moment to appreciate the parents and guardians of this class. Graduates, please do not forget to be grateful for the presence of these amazing people in your life. It is through their immense sacrifice that you can proudly call yourselves high school graduates today. And of course, we can't forget the mentors. I bet when you started this journey, you did not truly know what you would find on the other side. I hope your mentees have impacted your lives just as much as I know you have impacted theirs. Do not lose the bond. The journey doesn't end at getting accepted into college. If anything, the journey has just begun. Transitioning Together, AKA T-Square, this program holds a special place in my heart. It is alleged that I named the organization, and maybe I did, but the most important thing is why Transitioning Together? It could have been any other two words that sounded interesting together and started with the letter T. But there's a reason I chose Transitioning Together, and here's why. When I was 16, my mother moved our family to Newton, Massachusetts, after being apart for 8 years. You want to talk about a transition? That was one of the biggest changes in my life. As some of you know, it is quite difficult to acclimate to the American social system. There are so many things to learn and even more to unlearn. Now at 16, I walked into the doors of Newton North High School. One, I had never heard a bell that sounded as weird as the bell in that building. I don't even know if I've heard one like it ever since. If you remember your junior year at North, it's the year that everyone is taking SATs. It's the year everyone is visiting colleges. Everyone is getting varsity letters in sports. And then you have to write your junior thesis. And that's the year you have to figure out how many APs and honors classes you need to take. Now, let me give you a picture of how green I was about all of this. In Uganda, we do not take standardized exams. So I had never studied for a single standardized exam till I walked into Newton North as a junior. Another interesting fact, in Uganda, colleges do not have the application process America does. All you do is sit your national exam, you rank your top 6 colleges, and then they choose you based on your scores from your national exam. Now I had to write an essay, get recommendations, figure out which school I wanted, what I wanted to do when I got there, take subject tests if I needed to, interview with alumni, and like that was not scary enough, I had to figure out how to pay for college. So spring of my junior year, my Dover Legacy mentor, Jennifer Price, who was the principal at the time, introduced the T-Square program. I had the honor to be a part of the founding class of this program. I remember filling out the questionnaire for what I wanted in a mentor. I never had any idea who I would get. All I knew is I wanted to become an architect, and I hoped I would meet someone that would make that dream a reality. My mentor ended up being the amazing Stephanie Gilman. Stephanie alleviated all my family's concerns about the college process. I ran track in high school, and one weekend, one of my state meets collided with a college fair. Stephanie met my parents at the fair with my portfolio and looked at colleges on my behalf. She cared and gave all her heart to make sure that I would get into architectural school. If it wasn't for my amazing family and my mentor, Stephanie, supporting me through this immense transition, I never would have gone to attend the #1 school of architecture in the country, Cornell University. The transition from high school to college is a scary transition, and that can cause a lot of anxiety. It can be lonely if you have to experience it alone. This is why embarking on this journey together with your family and a mentor makes your story different. Many students around the world can only dream of what you have received during your time with T-Square. So do not forget to be grateful for this opportunity. Now, this is the part where I'm supposed to impart some wisdom. Please keep in mind, I am less than a decade from where you are right now. I have seen a lot and experienced a lot, but I am still growing and learning. But let me see if I have some wisdom to share with you. So 7 years ago, if you had told me I would be speaking to you right now, I would have laughed out loud. Why me? Honestly, I'm still wondering why they chose me. But here's my lesson 1. In many places in the world, when you say my name, Patricia Mumba, it might not necessarily ring a bell, and that's okay. But at Newton North, my name means something. In everything you do, make your name count for something. I live by the mantra, to those that much is given, much is expected. So leave the world a little better than you found it. Graduates, live life so the world will be glad you are here. T-Square gave me an opportunity to make a difference in all the communities that I would eventually be a part of. And that is something I am forever grateful for. An education is a beautiful thing. We all strive to become something. One of the most common questions we ask kids is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And usually the answer is somewhere between firefighter or doctor, lawyer or teacher. Well, here's lesson number 2. Who you are and what you do are not the same thing. I will say that again. Who you are and what you do are not the same thing. You are going to walk into places where you might not feel like you belong. You might think you do not earn a seat at the table. In moments like this, it is important to always remember who you are. Advocate for yourself. Speak up against injustice and be true to yourself. When you walk into professional life, you will be stacked against other amazing students like yourself. But it is the compassion, the ability to communicate, the empathy that you have towards others, and the intentionality in the way you lead your life that will make you stand out. Yes, do what it takes to get that education, but do not forget to nurture the person inside of you, because at the end of it all, you are going to work with and for people. When writing our life stories, we tend to get to a point and compare our journeys to our peers. All my friends are taking AP classes, so I should take AP classes too. All my friends are joining a sorority, so I should join one too. Most of my classmates made it to the dean's list, and I did not. Am I just not smart enough? Well, here's lesson number 3. Your story is yours and yours alone, so own it. You are the only person that can tell it, so take the time to write it. Comparison is a thief of joy. You try so hard to become someone you are not, before you know it, you will lose your sense of self. Honesty is a key to living a courageous and wholehearted life. So live in your truth. To be a first-generation student is challenging. You do not share experiences with other groups of people, and that's okay. Do not try to disown that part of you. If anything, embrace it and change the trajectory of your family's life. Right now, you must be excited to go to college, as you should. You have all worked really hard to earn admissions to amazing institutions from all over the nation. However, in your excitement, do not forget the strategies that you have used in your time in high school. Ask for help, just like you have in high school. Prioritize mental health and wellness. It is gold. At some point, it is bound to get difficult, but do not give up on yourself. This pandemic has proven how resilient you can be. Do not forget that. Faith and hope will take you a long way in life. Thank you and congratulations to the T-Squared class of 2021.
Thank you, Patricia. That was amazing. You are so, so incredible. And I know your words and advice will go with this group wherever they go. So thank you so much for being here. And now that you've set the tone for the evening, I'd like to invite Miss Garrity up to speak with you all. Miss Garrity is going to discuss her role as the T2 Alumni Coordinator and what you can expect from her and staying connected with us in the future. She'll share some tips with you and have some information about an alumni panel that will be coming your way. So Miss Garrity.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Hall. And I don't know if I'm worthy enough to follow up Patricia here. This is heavy shoes I'm trying to fill, but thank you, Patricia, for coming. You were absolutely worthy. You were our first thought when we thought, who should we have for a T-Squared keynote speaker? So welcome, everyone. I know I don't have to do too much of an introduction for many of you, but first I just want to start off, congratulations to the class of 2021. Also to the family members, mentors, parents, guardians, staff, anyone who's here tonight, just congratulations. This is an incredible accomplishment. To the students, graduating high school is a big deal. It is, it's a major accomplishment, especially in this particular year with the junior and senior years you have had. I want to make sure you all take the time to acknowledge that and, take a little bit to take that in, what you've accomplished so far. As the T2 mentee coordinator, I've gotten to know you all quite a bit over the last 18 months, even at most of a distance, starting in November of 2019, when you were like, why is this random woman coming to my classroom to give me an application to a program I've never heard of? So I thank you for that. It was a pleasure meeting you that way and seeing, the people you've grown to become as you prepare to graduate from Newton North next Wednesday night, seeing the young adults that you've become and will be attending college next year. As Ms. Tannenberger alluded to earlier, moving forward, you haven't gotten rid of me yet. I'll be moving forward, be your point of contact as the T-Squared Alumni Coordinator. It's important to know that your connection to the T-Squared program does not end tonight. I know these 18 months you've heard from us quite a bit, but we are here to continue to support you moving forward as you go into college and beyond. You're just starting that journey, and we want you to know that we're still here to support you even still. You'll hear from me tonight, after tonight, next October. It won't be a happy one. You'll get to hear about me for FAFSA. Let you know that the FAFSA opens October 1st. You do need to fill that out every year you're in college, so you'll hear from me then. In better news, you'll hear from me for an invitation to our alumni breakfast in January. Fingers crossed, we'll be in person this year. We did a great Zoom one though this year, so either way, it'll be a pleasure. And then, you'll hear from me throughout the spring, FAFSA deadlines, different alumni panels. Thank you to Isaac, Celine, and Amy who helped out on our T-Squared panel for our current junior class about a month ago. We have those types of panels. Students love them. So we may hear from you for that, to be featured in the newsletter, those sorts of things. So we will be in contact with you, but we want to continue to hear how you are doing as well. We want to know how things are going, how you're adjusting, the awesome things you're doing. I know Ms. Hall, Ms. Hannenberger, and I, we've had a couple recent alums stop by the office over the last week or so, and it's just been such a joy to see them and, hear how excited they are about their classes, even in such a challenging year. So we want to hear how you're doing. So please always feel free to reach out, text and email, never hesitate. If you have questions, we're always happy to try to direct you to the right person if something comes up. Please don't hesitate when you want to reach out. In the folder you received, either if you picked it up in the College and Career Center or if we mailed it home, you're going to find a list of tips for first-year college students. I'll spare you the boredom of reading that list verbatim to you right now. Nobody wants that, myself included, but I do want you to make sure you read it. It will give you some stuff to kind of get you going for wherever you're headed next year. There are a couple that I do want to highlight for you guys though. So particularly for the students, these are some tips we have for first generation college students, first year students really. First off, try something new. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. College can be scary, especially those first couple weeks. You're in a new place, on your own, presumably for the first time. It can be a lot. Use that discomfort and that opportunity to stretch yourself. I promise you, you will be glad that you did later on. Even though it may seem like everybody has it all figured out when you go on campus, I promise you they don't. From experience, I can tell you that they don't. Everybody is having those feelings of discomfort and newness and change, and that's okay. Use it as a way to stretch yourself. Next, take advantage of all the opportunities that your campus is going to have to offer. They have everything: clubs, sports, different organizations, theater, research, music, work, you name it, you'll probably find it on the campus you're headed to. You guys have gone to Newton North's Club Day over the last couple of years. I promise your college will have something similar, and they are going to have so many things that you didn't even know existed. Go to those, sign up for a ton of things. You'll realize later you don't have the time for all of it, but that's okay. Sign up for them, figure out what you like. You find, maybe something's not for you. That's okay. Try something new. That's what college is about, is trying new things and finding out, things that meet what you're interested in. Check out the school bulletin boards, read your emails. I know you're sick of reading emails because this year in particular, you've gotten a lot, but in those emails, you'll find different opportunities, things that may be interested in you. Talk to people in your classes. There's always so much going on. Next up, seek out the resources that you need. Are you struggling writing your paper? Your school probably has a writing center. Are you having trouble with your homework? Go to a professor's office hours, even just to say hello and introduce yourself, especially for those of you going to some bigger schools. Working on your resume, Career Services meets with students as early as freshman year to help you fine tune that, help you find an internship. Not sure what you need to graduate? Go to your advisor. They'll serve as sort of your school counselor on campus to help make sure you're taking the classes you need to graduate. All of these resources exist to help you and help support you. The difference is you'll just need to initiate finding them. You just have to take that first step to look for them. And if you can't find them, reach out to someone. Chances are they can direct you in the right place. Make sure to make connections. Talk to the people in your classes. Talk to the people living on your floor. Stay after class to ask your professors questions. There's so many opportunities that await you out there, and you never know what may come from talking to someone in one of your classes or a professor. It could lead to a research opportunity. It could lead you to a new club to join. It could lead to a job opportunity after graduation. You never know, and it also can help you meet people with similar interests. And lastly, I would say most importantly, be sure to have fun. Enjoy the journey that you'll go on. College goes by so quickly. 4 years seems like a long time, but it goes in an instant. No matter if you're at a 2-year program, a 4-year program, some other specialized program, enjoy every second of it. Academics come first and foremost, but don't undersell the other pieces that come with your journey. The people that you'll meet, the skills that you'll develop, the experiences you'll have, the person that you'll grow to become. Make the most of it and enjoy every second of it. You are all so ready for what lies ahead of you. I know it may not feel it right now. It feels a little scary, and those moments of doubt will creep in from time to time, but please know that wherever you're planning to do, whatever that may be, you've worked incredibly hard for this opportunity, and you should be so proud of yourself and so confident about what you do next. Know that you belong on the campus that you're headed to, and you'll be joining in the fall. This year in particular, you've built up resiliency, grit, determination, all of the things that you need to be equipped to be successful in college. I know I can speak for the T-Squared team when we have the utmost confidence in each and every one of you that you'll be successful at no matter what you pursue. Just be sure to please let us know, keep us updated. We're so excited to learn about the amazing things each of you will do in college. So to wrap up, congratulations to the class of 2021. We are so incredibly proud of you, and we wish you nothing but the absolute best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Ms. Garrity. Now we're going to move on to the part of the program where we want to acknowledge and celebrate each of our T2 class of 2021 graduates. So we're going to go in the order of the program that you all were sent, but we're actually going to go in reverse order. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite the mentee and the mentor onto our virtual stage, is what we're going to call it, which basically means we're going to spotlight both of you. So you'll be big on the screen. And then we're going to ask the mentor to speak to their mentee, and then we'll give the mentee a chance to say a few words if they want to. And so we'll go ahead and get started with Sam Yuan with Ms. Hannenberger, please. And please bear with us with the technology. We're going to do the best we can to spotlight people as quickly as possible. And, monitoring the attendance in the room as well. So we're going to do the best we can if we could all just bear with each other.
Also, to some students, if you could turn your cameras on, and mentors, I suppose, if you could turn your cameras on, we can't spotlight unless your camera is on. It will be really quick, I promise.
All righty. So it is my pleasure to talk about Sam, who joined our Newton North community his junior year after he moved from Saskatchewan, Canada. Sam is a tremendously gifted artist and wonderfully creative. He finished North's major 3 art program after only being here for 2 years, a true testament to his artistic skills and his ability to advocate for himself. Sam wants to study architecture in college, and he researched many architecture schools all around the country, from New York to Georgia, all the way to California. He also created a beautiful portfolio to accompany his applications. With multiple acceptances, I'm excited to say that Sam will be attending the School of Architecture at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York next year. We wish him all the best and thank him for being an active participant in T-Squared. Congratulations, Sam.
All right, excellent. Now we're going to leave Miss Hannenberger up and invite Tiffany onto our stage.
Tiffany. So unfortunately, Laura has a sick child and can't get on the Zoom, but she sent me this message to read about you and her wonderful experience as your mentor. Tiffany is an incredible person who has worked so hard throughout her high school journey. She is thoughtful and compassionate. Her family and her animals bring her joy, which she shares online with the world, filming her furry friends' funny escapades. Everyone is so proud of what Tiffany has accomplished and look forward to attending UMass Dartmouth next year. We're so excited for you, Tiffany. Congratulations.
Awesome. All right. And now I'd like to invite Amy and Janet to our stage.
Oops, and she's gone.
There she is in her t-shirt.
Yeah, she is. Muted, you're muted. Anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you to everybody at T-Squared, because you guys do an amazing job every year. And it's a pleasure to have been a part of this experience. But most importantly, I really want to say thank you and congrats to Amy. She has had an amazing journey over the past year. She is nothing but extraordinary in everything that she does. She has been so involved in Newton North, between the school paper and committees and clubs and athletics. Honestly, there isn't anything I don't think you haven't done, Amy. But more importantly, I think she knows who she is and where she's going. Amy has said from the beginning that she wanted to study business. She researched schools first all over the country and then moved gradually a little more eastward, and applied herself to the college process in a way that honestly I've never seen. She did all of her essays, all of her research, all of her applications with really very little prompting and an enormous amount of energy. And she got into Stern's NYU School of Business, or the NYU Stern School of Business, which was really her first choice. She got an early decision and has never looked back. And so I would say, I know you'll be a star in a city you want to be in a place you really want to be. And I wish you nothing but the best, and congratulations.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I just want to say that, like, you've actually helped me so much. I honestly, like, have no idea where I would be if, like, I wasn't part of this program and I didn't have Janet as my mentor, just because, like, it started with, like, even like small things like helping me like research the schools, because I was just like, I was really bad at like going on the website and then like trying to like figure out what was actually part of the school instead of just like the generic like, oh, like our school is like really awesome and everything, to actually like making an entire college spreadsheet for me with all the tuitions, like all the information, like whether or not I visited it, whether or not I submitted like my transcripts. Like it was just like, you helped me keep myself so organized, and I cannot thank this program or you enough. And I also spoke on like a panel for the juniors like maybe like a month ago, and I just let them know how amazing of a mentor you are. And if you continue to do this program next year, like the next junior or senior who gets you is really, really, really lucky. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you both. Now, Corey Rain and Katie, up to the stage.
All right, we got the go ahead.
Yep, good to go.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Katie Thatcher, mentor to the amazing Corey Rain Tyler. Congratulations to Corey on getting a bunch of college acceptances and having the option to go far and wide, from Hawaii to Florida. She eventually decided to stay closer to home and will be attending the Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences and plans to major in psychology. Corey was awarded significant merit aid based on her impressive high school record. It's been a true pleasure working with Corey, and I can't wait to see what the next adventure brings for her. Despite not being able to meet in person for the last year, I still feel a strong connection with Corey and have been impressed with all her hard work during this experience. She's unflappable. Corey, may you be ready to embrace your new community and make the most of the opportunities it presents. Congrats to everyone in this year's T2 class. It's been a privilege to be part of your cohort. The truth is that being committed, making the best of every situation, and choosing joy, community, and engagement is going to serve you well throughout your life. May you never stop learning, growing, and challenging yourself. You've all got what it takes to carry yourself to the future of your dreams. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Katie. I know I probably drove you crazy with like the last few decision-making stuff. I couldn't decide which state, which city I wanted to go to, but honestly, she felt more like a friend than a mentor. And I'm very thankful, and I hope we do get to meet in person. Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
All right, thank you both. Ruchik and Ellen, onto our stage.
Hello. Hi, everyone. So I'm Ellen, and it was my absolute pleasure to be a mentor for Ruchik this year, year and a half. Ruchik will be attending Johns Hopkins University, where he was accepted also under early decision. When there, he plans to study molecular biology on the pre-med track with a goal of ultimately pursuing an MD, PhD, and a career in research. Ruchik impressed me all along the way with his organization and self-discipline. He really needed very little coaching from me through this process. He's also just very grounded and very passionate about a variety of pursuits, all traits that will serve him well in college and beyond. I do want to say I feel for all of you who have had such a massive disruption at such a pivotal time in your lives. But I was so impressed with Ruchik, who always seemed to be able to roll with the punches and keep a positive outlook. And he acknowledged the stresses and losses, but was able to kind of keep that in perspective and remember to also focus on the things that he was grateful for. And I hope for him and for all of you seniors that you can look back at this time and realize how much you've overcome and how resilient you are. And that when you face the inevitable moments of uncertainty and fear, and that you can look back at this time, think about what got you through and draw on those skills. And finally, that you'll also take the lessons embedded in this program and seek out mentors. You find the people who want you to succeed and ask for their help. So finally, just best of luck, Ruchik. Not that you'll watch out, world, here he comes. I'm so excited to see, what's next for you.
I just want to say thank you, Ellen, so much for mentoring me. Early on, while it did seem like I had everything planned out, talking with you actually let me make a lot of small edits to my plan as well that made it more flexible, especially with COVID. So that was very helpful. And I also really appreciate how you kind of let me do it my way and kind of follow my own path while also being there to support me. It was a hands-off approach that really let me come into my own and also learn along the way rather than just having everything laid out for me. And I really appreciate that, especially when it came to writing essays, which was probably the most difficult thing for me to do, and brainstorming ideas and editing it. You helped me with it all. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen and Ruchik. Now, Isaac and Jeff.
Hi, I'd just like to introduce Isaac to those that don't know him. As you can see, he's off to Harvard, which was not what I understood to be perhaps his top choice, because we did explore the possibility of applying to the United States Military Academy. And so that was, as a veteran myself, that was a heartening thing to see, somebody from Newton also being willing to commit himself to service of country. And I would say that that's one of the traits of Isaac that I've gotten to come to learn about and appreciate. And indeed, he's going to be pursuing ROTC options at Harvard. But even if he doesn't end up a commissioned officer, I'm strong confidence he'll be contributing to our country as a civilian in either case. And I think that speaks well of Isaac. He's at last night's senior athletic event, though Isaac didn't make it. I was there because my daughter was, and my wife noticed that Isaac had participated in, I think it was 3 sports, and that made me smile, because I think it also shows Isaac's ability and willingness to try different things, put himself out there. And I hope I'm not spilling any beans, but Isaac and I were discussing that he's got some plans of starting an actual WWE club at Harvard, which I think would bring some perhaps needed levity to the dons of Harvard Yard. So wish him all the luck next year. And I know my time with Isaac, whenever I feel hesitant to put myself out there, I might be reminded to think, well, what would Isaac do here? And of course you would go for it. So best of luck next year.
Yeah, Jeff, I can't thank you enough for all the help, whether it be the essays or talking with your old friends, asking questions for me about life at West Point versus in an ROTC program. Because when I went into this process, I couldn't really differentiate between the two. But all the articles you sent me, all the links, all the questions, all the people you've talked to, that really helped me narrow down everything, and it made my vision a lot more clear. And at the start of junior year, I didn't even think it was necessary for me to apply to the T2 program until Mr. Amedio convinced me to. And that hands down, that has to be one of the best decisions I've made in high school. And like also meeting another someone that like you, a fellow first generation Asian American who pursued the same interests like 30 years ago. That was so helpful because like I could see someone like me going along in the same path that I want to go into, except earlier. So I had someone to look up to, and the essays, like you were so honest when you helped me edit them. I'm normally a pompous guy, and I don't like taking criticism, but that criticism that did me wonders. That was, yeah, I can't say enough for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isaac and Jeff. Next up is Ryan, and speaking for his mentor is Miss Garrity.
Awesome. So Ryan, your mentor couldn't be here tonight, but a few words to share because you and I did get to work together quite a bit over the last 18 months. Ryan and I met multiple times. I think we might have got one in before the pandemic, maybe once in person, but we did meet quite a bit over Zoom. And I'm pleased to say that Ryan is going on to study game design at Rochester Institute of Technology, which is an awesome field there. I've been to RIT, and Ryan, I think you are going to have a great time there. It's a wonderful campus, especially for what you want to study. Ryan has always, it was always funny because anytime I sent out, as all the students know, a text, an email, anything like that, I'm like, all right, some of them went, how long are they going to take to get back to me? Ryan was always right there. I always could count on him. Like, okay, I know these are going through because Ryan's always so prompt in getting back to me. And believe me, Ryan, that is incredibly appreciated. He was always on top of his things. When we met, if I said, okay, you got to work on a common app, your activities list, touch up your essay, by the next time we met, it was all finished. It was all good, which I can't stress enough how wonderful that is to see, because it's not as common as you would like. But Ryan has been a wonderful, wonderful part of this program over the last 18 months, and I know is going to do nothing but great things as he moves on into Rochester next year. And so excited to hear about all the amazing things you'll do, Ryan. Congratulations.
So I'd like to thank you for also assisting me in my trials as I went through the college application process. I'm not really good with speeches and stuff, so I just wanted to thank you again.
Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan and Miss Garrity. Next up is Huzaifa and Adele. Huzaifa is actually not here tonight, unfortunately, Adele, but I don't know if you want to say anything about him. We've spotlighted you, so we've sort of put you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to get to know Huzaifa and to be a mentor to him through the college process. He had many choices, and he has made his decision to go to UMass Boston to study biomedical engineering. And he, unfortunately with COVID, I had high hopes for sort of getting to know this person and doing things together. And, COVID definitely put a kink in that plan. But despite those limitations, I have found Huzaifa to be a kind, sweet, and very respectful young man. As I got to know him and to know his story, which probably most of you don't know because he's very quiet, he was very much, self-driven and alone without any immediate family in this country. As I got to know his story, I realized what a determined and resilient and tenacious young man he is. I know that these traits will hold him in good stead as he goes to college and, hopefully meets his goals. It's been a pleasure to work with him, and I wish him much success and happiness. So glad that I got to be a part of this program with him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adele. Now we would like to invite up Courtney and Bridget. I know Bridget just entered, so we're just doing our exchange of words to one another, Bridget. So we'll go ahead and spotlight you and Courtney and put you on our virtual stage. Oh, Bridget, I think you're on mute.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I had company and I lost track of time, but I just wanted to introduce Courtney Price Burdett. I am, been blessed to be able to be her mentor. This year, I am just totally proud of her because, she started out where she wasn't really understanding about wanting to go to college and got to the point where she was really eager to ensure that she got into college. And I think that she worked hard. And during COVID, we had a little bit of a kind of like a, I guess, sabbatical a little bit where she was concerned about grades and the pressure and the balance. And, she did the right thing by focusing on her grades and really, buckling down to study and then get back to, the college thing. So I just think she just made some really good decisions for herself. And Courtney is going to a historically Black college, which I am excited to hear, Norfolk State. So very, very proud of her. And I just, want her to just continue to have the attitude that she can do all things and that she just pushes through even when things get difficult. But I wish her much success, and I'm always a Zoom call away or a text away. So just don't assume because T squared is over that I'm not here. So I am here for you whenever you need me.
I just want to say a quick thank you. I honestly don't think this would have been like an easy process if I did this on my own. So I just want to thank everyone that helped, especially you, Ms. Bridget. So
you're welcome.
Thank you, Courtney and Bridget, and thanks for letting us throw you right on the screen, Bridget. We appreciate it.
Not a problem, not a problem.
All right, next up, Emily and Kathleen.
Hello. Before I tell you about the wonderful Emily, are you good? There you are. Emily, unmute yourself when you're ready. I just want to say, oh my word, Patricia, holy smoke, you were such an impressive speaker. I'm so inspired by what you said, and I think you had some really good insight for these kids. So thank you for sharing a little bit about your experience. So let me tell you a little bit about Emily. She is not only incredibly bright, but she's just as sweet as she is bright. And she's hardworking and she's creative. And you can't put Emily in a peg. She's not a peg you can put in a hole because she has so much diversity to her. And it was really great to get to know her. And, COVID sort of threw a wrench into not only the application process, but this mentoring process. So it's unfortunate that we didn't have more time in person together because I like the few experiences we had together. And so it's a little bit of a bummer that there weren't more of them. But Emily really threw herself into, she sort of used lockdown as an opportunity to work on her applications and study. And I know she stayed really busy throughout all of this. So I'm super proud of her. She's going to be going to UMass Amherst studying chemical engineering. And she's going to do great things. And hopefully she'll keep up with all her creative pursuits because she has many. And she was very self-sufficient in this process. So I certainly got off easy, that's for sure. So congratulations, Emily. I'm really happy for you. I think you're muted. I can't hear you. I don't know if anyone can hear.
No,
Emily.
We can't hear you, Emily.
Do you have your headphones plugged in? Want to try again? I think I might have some, okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Emily. This makes this event so much more real, right? Like, what would the event be without some technical issues? But thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Emily. Next up, we have Andre and Vince.
Hi, good evening, everybody. And it's really my pleasure to introduce Andre. Hi, Andre. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Really pleased to introduce Andre Mezek, Newton North class of 2021. Congratulations, Andre. He'll be attending UMass Boston in the fall. Thank you to T-Squared for bringing Andre into my life and introducing me to the program. But he's really earned my respect and my admiration through this process, especially as we all have adjusted to the realities of the pandemic life. Andre's resilience and just perseverance and just his steadiness as a person has been, I think, just really remarkable. He's taken care of himself and all the pieces of his high school life through this whole thing. That includes, of course, his schoolwork, his family, which is very central to who he is, and his responsibilities to a job that he's maintained all through the whole time I've known him, working 20 hours a week, which is no small thing. So he's done all that while working with me and putting up with my pestering him all the time, handling his application process with a lot of just steadiness and just a ton of responsibility, which you see in the rest of his life. So, and he wrote an amazing essay. You should share your essay, Andre, when you have a chance at some point. But every Sunday at 1 o'clock, I will be thinking of you, and hopefully we can continue to connect. That was our standing sort of Zoom call meeting time, which was great. I'll miss that. So congratulations to you. UMass Boston is really lucky to have you and all your diverse talents and interests coming to their campus. Nice job.
Thank you, Vince. Honestly, there's a lot that I could say, but the thing is like you've put up with so much of like my stuff for the most part. It's kind of insane, like the amount of pestering you've done, mostly because I've been kind of pushing back some of the college stuff, because at first I was a bit lenient of going or not going, just because I had just the whole COVID thing kind of switched my shift on it. But I really want to thank you just for like inspiring me and just having me keep pushing, even though I was highly not considering. You still had that option, just saying, just go, it's fine, it'll be all right. And I really thank you for that, because if I stuck to my decision, I would have regretted it 100% as to where I am right now. And I really thank you for just listening to everything I have to say as well. Like I've told you a lot of stories, either about China, about with friends, and I just admire you just listening and just telling me about yourself as well. Like I love how you told me about your stories in China as well, which was really nice. That's how we first bonded at Starbucks. And yeah, I really want to thank you, especially with your sister as well, to help me write my essay. She mostly was the reason why it was a good thing, because I'm not really a good writer myself. The way I put words on the paper, not the best.
That was all
huh?
That was all you.
No, it was she made it like sound so nice, but I just can't put words on the paper so well. And I really thank you and your sister for helping me do that, and especially driving me to all the colleges as well. I really appreciate it, and I enjoyed every single moment I spent with you. I really do. I will miss Sundays as usual.
All right, we'll figure out a way to keep it going, okay?
Yeah, will do.
All right.
So nice. Thank you both. Next up is Jerry and Kathleen. Just give us 1 second.
There's Jerry. I know I haven't seen him live, but yeah, okay. Hi, Jerry. Jerry made mentoring really like way too easy for me. He's incredibly organized and hardworking. Really humble guy who's done really well in school, and I'm sure will continue in college. Whenever I texted him or called, or that one time we met on a park bench, I feel like Jerry was already ahead of me. Like whatever I was supposed to be reminding him about, he had already done, and just maybe had one little question for me. And he allowed me to edit his essay, which was already really well written. So Jerry made mentoring so easy. He already had a vision of kind of what he wanted and what he wanted to do to go to school. And he was really thoughtful about that, because it's a hard process to navigate with what your parents want and what you want. And Jerry had a quiet determination about him and kind of knew what he wanted. And he got accepted into Northeastern University, where he's going to do chemical engineering and biochemistry, which is very exciting. Maybe even do that co-op. And I really look forward to hearing how successful he'll be in the future. And I know you wanted to be in Boston, so I'm really glad that that all worked out. So congratulations, Jerry. I wish we had more live time together.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say a quick thank you for the past year. The help you provided me was really helpful throughout my application process. Without your help, I don't think I would have been able to go through the process as efficiently as I did. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you both. Next up is Jordy, and speaking on behalf of Jordy's mentor, we'll bring up Miss Garrity.
Hi, Jordy. Jordy has been an absolute pleasure to work with. I know, Jordy, we started meeting a lot right before the winter break this year, just chatting about, what schools you were interested, what you wanted to do, kind of, hashing that all out. And I have to say, it was a pleasure every single time we got to meet on Zoom, helping you work through it, talk about your essay, deciding where you'd go. You were always working so hard and just always so good. I think of like what Kathleen was just saying about Jerry, similar, like whatever I was suggesting you work on, it was almost always already done by the time you got there. If we made a checklist, you checked off every box before we met again, and all of your hard work resulted in, so many acceptances. And I'm looking over your great merit scholarship packages and different things. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited to hear how you'll do at UMass Lowell next year. I think that that's going to be a great fit for you. I think you're going to do really well there, and I'm so confident in all the successes you've had. And thank you, Jordy. It was a pleasure working with you, and you were just such a great addition to this program. And I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Garrity. And also want to thank everyone else in the program. You've been a real great help for me in this progress that I've made.
Thanks, Jordy.
Thank you. Next up to our virtual stage is Oleg and Maruda.
Okay, let's have Oleg join us. Maybe.
He's coming.
Well, I can start by congratulating Oleg Grigoriev, who will be going to UMass Boston this fall. He'll be studying nursing, and we all know after the pandemic, we need more nurses now more than ever. So I think it's fitting that of all the schools that Oleg applied to, that he's chosen to go to the one that we actually visited together right before the pandemic. So it's a great thing. And I really hope, Oleg, that for you, my wish is that you will make the most out of your time at UMass Boston, that you will really enjoy finding kind of your people there. And I hope you make the most out of your experience there. So congratulations on graduating from high school. Best of luck at UMass Boston, and to all of T2 students. Y'all are amazing. Congratulations. Celebrate it. Savor this moment because you've earned it. All of you have earned it.
Yeah, I wanted to help you personally, and I wanted to help everyone else. It was a great help, and I'm not sure if I can handle it all together, all by myself. So thanks.
Thank you, Oleg and Maruta. Next up, we have Miguel and David.
I guess I can start now. So I thought that I kind of knew how to, like, understand what college is. I knew there was like an essay you had to do and like you had to apply, but working with David and you guys, it made it so much more easier. Like knowing like a straight path and having people help me was so helpful. And David, especially with like helping me with the Common App, helping me manage my scholarships and like making sure like we meet weekly and like, talk and, being just an awesome guy. You just like, you really helped me. Like, I don't know if I could have gone accepted to Wentworth without you, honestly. But thank you so much, David. Like, you really helped a lot.
Well, Miguel, it was my pleasure to work with you, and I want to congratulate you on being accepted to Wentworth Institute of Technology. One of the things that has impressed me about Miguel is just how much I've seen him grow over the course of the process. When we started together, he was a little bit shy and uncertain about the process, and I've just seen him, take hold of the process and really grow in confidence. And I think also I've been impressed at how he's sort of looking at what he learned from high school and maybe things that he wished that he did and saying, here's already what I'm going to do when I get to college to make the most of it. So I just encourage you to keep up that incredible attitude, Miguel, and have confidence in yourself because you have incredible skills, and I know that you're going to do great things.
Thanks, David. And I hope that if you continue to do this program in the future, like you give that mentee as much help as you've given me. Like you helped a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, David. Next up is Sophia and Dina.
I can't tell. I'm on my phone, so I can't tell if Sophia's here yet.
Just 1 second. We're about to pull her up.
Great.
All right, she's here now.
Yeah. So, Sophia, I've known you for a long time. I first met you in 1st or 2nd grade when you were at Lincoln Elliott, and we'll tell everybody that what stood out then most about Sophia was that she was really quiet. When someone called on her in class, she would wait a long time, and it was almost like she was hoping that the teacher would call on somebody else and she wouldn't have to talk. And it worked if that was what she was hoping. Sometimes that did happen. And then when she was working on her college essay, she wrote about how she used to be, she used to have a hard time. She used to be very shy and have a hard time speaking up, and that her dad would order McDonald's for her because she was afraid to go up to the counter. And she wrote all about finding her voice. And I have to say that I think that she has really found her voice. She applied to and was accepted at a number of colleges and is going to be going to UMass Lowell. And Sophia, I know that you're going to keep on speaking up for yourself and others wherever you go. And I'm really proud to have been your mentor and worked with you. I'm sorry that we had this weird COVID time and I didn't get to spend more time with you in person. But I know you're going to continue to have a wonderful next part of your life. I loved meeting your dad at the first family night too. And I want to congratulate all of the T-Squared mentees. And I think that the whole T-Squared crew did such a great job keeping this going under such challenging circumstances. So it was a pleasure to be part of it.
I just wanted to thank you for your time, patience, and help. I will forever be grateful for you and your help. And I don't know where I would be without you right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you both. Next up to our stage is Celine and Sally.
Hi, I am so lucky. I worked with the wonderful and impressive Celine. She's such a kind and humble young woman, and she's planning on studying pre-med at college, which is completely appropriate. She did a lot of really rigorous hard work at North, and she also incredibly found time to be on like every club. I don't know how she found the time. So Celine will be attending Bryn Mawr College, which, if you don't know, is a very small but very rigorous liberal arts college outside of Philly that really just takes the best of women and takes them to the highest levels in life. And I know Celine will thrive there. She's super focused. She has incredible drive. I know she'll take advantage of every opportunity, Celine. I expect that from you. So one of the things when I was reading about Bryn Mawr, the women describe themselves as unique and intelligent. And Celine, that is you to a T. I'm not sure she needed a college mentor, but I'm really glad she signed up because I got to meet her. She's very independent. She was very independent throughout this whole process. I'm just really proud of you, and I hope we stay in touch, and I'm 100% confident you will get to go to medical school and you will achieve that goal because you have it in you, woman. Take care.
Thank you, Sally. The reason I joined this program was because I didn't really know the logistics of the college application process, being from a different country. But not only did you help me with the academic portion of things, but also the emotional side and handling the obstacles that COVID brought. And I'm so grateful that we also got to bond through our shared interest for ceramics and medicine. And, I don't think I would have gotten to where I am today without you. And especially, I was such a mess in the beginning of the process with deciding, making my list for colleges. And again, I'm so grateful for you and Miss Garrity and Miss Hannenberger and Miss Hall for really, getting us all to where we are today. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Sally and Celine. Next up is Jamari and Henry. I'd like to invite you to our stage.
Hi there. I just want to say, Jamari, I'm so proud of you. Jamari, I've learned a lot from you, particularly your determination in your self-awareness. And Jamari has had a number of options this year, and I think that the for next year rather, and that your thought process and just sort of careful consideration of what was the right fit for you was just so impressive. And I think just a sign of how successful you're going to be, because you are just so self-aware. Jamari is going to be planning to major in business at UMass Dartmouth, and just so proud of you, and really appreciate it. I also, the benefit to speaking twice is I neglected to say thank you to three really important people of T-Squared: Melissa, Jen, and Jillian, for your amazing work in keeping this program through this pandemic. So I just wanted to give a special shout out to you all. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you, Dr. Turner, for everything you've done. And this whole process has been real stressful, and you've always been there. And I can't thank you enough for everything you've done and all the support you've given me, and also to Miss Hannenberger too. Yeah, this process was very, 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 very tough. But it was really nice to have gone through that with you guys, my parents, my family, and I'm very grateful for what you guys offered and what this program offered. So I want to thank everybody, and congratulations to everybody else in T2.
Thank you, Jamari and Dr. Turner. Next up is Sam Borax, who unfortunately is not here, but his mentor, David Glickman, is here. David, we'll sort of put you on the spot too. I don't know if you want to say anything, no pressure, but now you're spotlighted for everybody. So.
It's not a problem. I'm very happy to talk about Sam. So the first thing I learned about Sam way back when was that Sam is all about fish, and snakes too, but mostly fish. And one of the things that I ended up missing out on because of COVID is I never got to actually go over his house and see all his aquariums and see all the corals he grows. And he actually does some pretty cool stuff. In any case, none of you will now be surprised that right from the beginning, Sam knew that he wanted to study marine bio. And so we got about doing our research, and first thing we discovered is that some of the best marine bio programs in the country are right here in the neighborhood. And so I'm happy to let you know that in the fall, Sam's going to be living on the beach and studying marine biology at University of New England up in southern Maine. So congratulations to Sam.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking, David. Next up, we have Fahima and Donna.
Unmute. Hi, is Fahima here?
She is, yes. She should be coming. There she is.
There she is. So Fahima, this is my first time being a mentor, and what a pleasure it was to work with Fahima. She was pretty quiet at first, and I came to soon find out how she is so smart and kind. She's funny and compassionate. She has worked so hard through this whole process. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she went for it. She said, I want to go to Howard University, a historically Black college down in Washington, D.C., and that's what I'm going to do. And she did it. So I'm so excited for her. I'm so proud of her. She got great merit aid and amazing scholarships, and she has a determination and a drive that is going to help her succeed. And the one thing about Howard that I love is they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to talk to me or get an email from me, a mentor or a teacher. They want to hear from Fahima. And Fahima has been in contact with them from the beginning and advocating for herself and speaking up. And that is very impressive. And I'm really, really excited to see her go off and blossom, because she's going to be great. And they're lucky to have her.
Okay. So Donna has been literally the best ever. My family loves her. I love her. Love her family as well. They've all been so helpful with everything. I literally would have not had any idea of what to do with all of this college process stuff. And even though sometimes Donna gives me news like I don't want to hear, I appreciate it, because I know she's saying it so that I'm not like left in the dark and like making like blind decisions, if that makes sense. Like, it's not fun to hear, but I have to. And I like that she does that for me. And I know that I can have a lot of things to balance at times, and it can be a lot to get college stuff done, but I really appreciate her always getting on me and reminding me that I need to get A, B, and C done, and always keeping me on track. But yeah, T2 has literally been the best ever. I don't know what I would do without Donna, and I know I'm still gonna have Donna moving forward.
Absolutely. And one thing I didn't mention, I apologize for that, is Fahima worked a job, like, I think it was more than 20 hours a week. I'm like, Fahima, you got to tell that boss, you're not available to work. But she has saved up so much money to make her dream happen. And that's just the kind of person she is, in her willingness to listen when, you know, you don't really want to hear it, but she's willing to listen. That's what's going to make her successful and help her be successful in life, to be willing to listen and take advice from people, whether you know, whether we want to hear it or not. So I can't wait. She was great.
Excellent. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Fahima. Next up, we have Sophia and Rosa. Sophia unfortunately could not be here, but Rosa, her mentor, is here. Rosa will give you the floor if you want to say a few words about Sophia.
Hi, everybody. It's been a pleasure working with Sophia. She's a very hard worker. She's a sweet student. She works a part-time job and she also helps out at home with her younger brother and sister. Sophia is at the end of this month, she'll be moving back to Moscow, Russia. She plans to take coursework there in this upcoming year to prepare for entry to college, and she would like to attend the Moscow State University and study political science there. I just want to say to everybody, congratulations to the entire class of 2021. I'm so proud of all of you. I loved hearing about all of your plans for the future. Thank you, Patricia, for that wonderful speech. It was amazing. And thank you so much, Melissa, Jen, and Jillian, for making this truly incredible program possible.
Thank you so much, Rosa. We appreciate it. All right, and last up, we have Azmat and Eileen.
So, Azmat, it's been a pleasure. I've been in this program for 6 years, mentoring a variety of students. You are a very quiet and very hardworking person. You came to the United States from, to Newton North from Kyrgyzstan and Turkey, where you had been at a boarding school there, and you are fluent in 4 very different languages. You're fluent in English and Turkish, Kyrgyz, and Russian, which is just amazing. And that you have been able to get into university is just a tribute to what a hardworking person you are. Azmat has a deep love for robotics, and he's going to be attending UMass Dartmouth to study engineering. So all the best to you. I also want to thank Melissa Hannenberger, Jillian Hall, Jen Garrity. It's really been a hard 1.5 years with COVID, and you've done amazing things getting the students closer to their goals. So thank you.
So, can you hear me? Okay. So, thank you very much. I didn't really know how to attend college. My family don't have experience with it, so I was the first child who attended college, and transition together helped me very well. There's a lot of stuff. They teach me how to make a list, how to attend them all. So yeah, thank you very much for all of you, and especially for Miss Mason, Mason. Yeah, thank you very much. I am very lazy and quiet kid, and I really don't like to write essays, and I really don't know how to write essays. So she really helped me well. So yeah, I was so lazy that I missed so many. I mean, I was so late to write essays, but she really helped me. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Azmat. Thank you, Eileen. And just also a public thank you to Eileen Morrison for all her help with students regarding some advice with immigration, international financial aid, and all that. So thank you, Eileen. And thank you all so much for speaking tonight. I know, especially for the students, it can be uncomfortable, but you all did amazing. And we really appreciate you speaking from your heart. This is why this program works. And it's so inspiring to see how strong the mentor and mentee relationships are, and how you were able to build those relationships through a screen and through the phone is truly amazing. And we really hope that for many of you, these will be lifelong relationships. So we are nearing the end of the program. Before we formally wrap up, it would be awesome if we could grab one last group photo. So Miss Garrity, Miss Hannenberger, I don't know if you want to try to help me. I think gallery view. And if people who are still at their devices could turn your screen on just for a quick photo. Students, if you could somehow find a way to like show your tea, that would be awesome. And we'll go ahead and get some photos, okay? All right, so I have 2 pages, so I'll say 1, 2, 3, and everyone can just choose. That would be great.
That's all. I have it in one, so I can.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Just
All
need
right.
more people to put on their, just put on your video screen for just 2 seconds and we'll take one very quickly. Kathleen, Azamat, and Ruchik. And there's a phone number. Actually, I can hide non-video. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Big smiles and show your shirts. Oh, awesome, guys. This looks great. And can we take one, if all the mentors don't mind turning off their videos, and we'll just take one of the students. Oh, awesome. Jamari's got can totally see it. Okay, I gotta hide myself too. Miss Garrity, hide yourself. Courtney, can I see your shirt? You have your shirt on? Miguel, do you guys have your shirt on? If you can. Awesome. Ready? Oh yeah, she's got it. She's got it. A little higher, Courtney. Yeah, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, guys. Mentors, please come back on.
Thank you all for putting up with our need to take photos. We just want to document all of this. It's so important, and tonight has been really nice. So thank you all for being here. Just a couple follow-up things. As Ms. Garrity mentioned, we will be sending along the T2 alumni panel for you to watch and hopefully get some inspiration from. And like has been said before, it's amazing to think at this time next year, we may have some of you serving on a T2 panel. A year from now, you will have just completed your freshman year and you'll be our newest experts on everything related to adjusting to college life, navigating freshman year, and being a first-generation student on a college campus. We hope that you stay connected and update us on how everything is going, and certainly reach out if you need anything. We are here from you, and from the bottom of our hearts, we're going to miss you. As a friendly reminder, we did send out mentor and mentee surveys to you all via email, and it would be great if you could make a point to complete the survey. We are always trying to find ways to improve the program, so your feedback is incredibly helpful for us. Thank you for being here tonight, for participating in the T2 program, and for making a mark on the Newton North High School community. And I know I speak for the entire T2 team when I say that you've made such a mark on all of us. So thank you and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.